Hello and welcome, friends. Today I want to talk a little about what meditation is, how it can be practiced, and then have a short guided meditation at the end of this video. So let's start by finding a comfortable seat, or you could even lie down, just whatever feels most comfortable for you today in your body. Let's take one deep breath together before we start the talk today. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Meditation is a practice of looking inward. Most of our lives are lived in the external, and meditation gives us the opportunity to turn that around and look at our internal. Our internal often gets neglected in a sense. We forget to create a connection with ourselves. By creating a deeper connection and understanding in ourselves, we can actually connect more deeply to the external world around us. When we cultivate this in ourselves, when we take the time to water our own gardens, then we can bring in peace, compassion, and understanding. Meditation is a practice of three energies. There is mindfulness, concentration, and insight. So I want to touch on this subject briefly to help deepen this understanding of what meditation really is. Now, because I believe others have already done a good job at explaining this, I'm going to take this teaching from the Plum Village website. This was written by Thich Nhat Hanh. Mindfulness is to be aware of what is going on, and everyone is capable of being mindful. When you breathe in, and if you know that you are breathing in, that is called mindfulness of breathing. When you drink your tea, and if you are aware that you are drinking your tea, that is called mindfulness of drinking. And when you make a step, and if you are aware that you are making a step, that is mindfulness of walking. Mindfulness is always mindfulness of something. When you are angry, and if you know that you are angry, that's mindfulness of anger. Mindfulness of anger puts you in a safer position. If you are angry, and if you are not mindful that you are angry, the situation is more dangerous. So mindfulness of sadness, mindfulness of joy, mindfulness of anger, mindfulness of drinking, mindfulness of walking, mindfulness of breathing, mindfulness of cooking. Mindfulness can be practiced at every moment of your daily life, and by that, you cultivate the energy of mindfulness. And the energy of mindfulness is the energy that can bring about the energy of concentration. When you are mindful of something, like this flower, breathing in, I know that the flower is there. I'm mindful of the presence of the flower. And if I keep my mindfulness alive, then I would be concentrated on the object of mindfulness. I can be fully concentrated on the object of mindfulness, and I can concentrate as long as I like. So, cultivating mindfulness, you begin to concentrate your concentration. And when your mindfulness and concentration are powerful enough, you touch things deeply, and you'll discover their nature, the insight. And when you have an insight, your insight is a liberating factor. It will liberate you from your anger, your fear, your despair. Without mindfulness, there is no concentration, and there is no insight. And in Buddhism, people speak about salvation by insight and not by grace. Grace can be interpreted as a kind of insight, awakening. Awakening is already in sight. I'll provide the link to this teaching in the description below. So really, when we cultivate these three energies, we open the heart to touch life more deeply around us. When we are always chasing after something, running after something, fixated on something, we are not present. If we are not present, then we are not seeing life as it is. That is not to say I should accept life as it is. I should not do anything and be motionless, but just acknowledging that we are not being present with what is right in front of us. This takes mindfulness and concentration. And how do we deepen mindfulness and concentration and develop insight? Through meditation. Meditation can be practiced in a variety of ways. Sitting here writing this script, I am practicing meditation. I am at least making the attempt to be right here, noticing the words that want to be written down, the feeling of the fingers on the keys, the pause, the sensation of my breath at this moment. This is what is often referred to as informal meditation. Then you have the practice of formal meditation, which is done when the only thing we are focusing on is the breath and our awareness. You might be most familiar with seated meditation, which is probably what a majority of people practice. However, you can also do walking meditations or coffee and tea meditations. The formal meditation time is usually done by holding the awareness at a single point of concentration. Then, as we cultivate this mindfulness and concentration, insight can develop. So if you're just starting your meditation practice, well, first of all, welcome. It's good to have you here. I just want you to know that there's no wrong way to practice. So I would work with what resonates and calls to you. Maybe that looks like a 2-minute seated meditation. Maybe this looks like taking 10 incredibly conscientious steps. Maybe you practice being more mindful and present while you're at work. There's no wrong place to start. And as you continue to practice, these things will become easier and you will start to develop a relationship with this practice. You'll notice the benefits it brings, the peace and stability it can invite, and as you continue on, you'll find yourself wanting to practice more and in a variety of ways. That's the introduction to what meditation is, and now I invite you to join me as we go through a 5-minute guided meditation. So let's get settled back into the body. Bring our awareness to the breath. You can close your eyes or keep a soft gaze. Let's take one deep inhale together and exhale. Keep the attention on the breath. Feel the air as it comes in through the nose, down to the lungs, and back out. Release any thoughts that are trying to come up. You can tell yourself, I'll get to you later. For right now, I am here. As we learn to cultivate this concentration on our breathing, it can be helpful to say, I am breathing in as we inhale, and I am breathing out as we exhale. This can help quiet the mind and keep the thinking mind more present and focused on the breathing. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. Bring your awareness back to the room. Make small movements in your fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. I hope you enjoyed this introduction to meditation and that you are diligent and consistent with your practice. Thank you for being here. May you be free of suffering and with peace.